What is going on, guys? It has been a long time. Thursday pour day didn't happen for 2 weeks. My bad about that. Doing some HVAC work, so that was fun. But I'm going through some of my quarters here, and possibly some pennies. I got more pennies to go through. Shoot, man, if you guys are down with it, I might have a couple things to auction off. I mean, we'll see what happens. But probably not going to be going too long. But yeah, I got some Walking Dead cards. I was thinking about kind of unboxing, going through those. And then I've got some hockey cards too. So you never know what we might get into tonight. But anyway, this one right here, you can see on the K right there, there's a die chip. So I'm going to flip this. And I noticed after I typed that in when I hit live, I thought about that for a second. Flipping coins. They're probably thinking that I'm trying to flip coins on the internet or something. That's not quite what this is. I'm just putting coins into flips that have errors on them. Kevin Hawthorne, what's going on? Good evening. Appreciate you stopping in. Hope all is well. Everything going good with the buses? But you can see that K right there. There's a die chip right here, and I found a couple of those, so we're definitely going to flip that one. And I'll show you some of the ones that I already have flipped up. By flip, I mean I'm putting them in one of these. So that has a die crack. Actually, you would call that kind of a cud, is what they call it. So you start to get, you'll get a die crack, and that's the die cracking. And then the more that crack gets bigger and bigger, then it turns into like a cud, is what they call it. And I actually have a specimen I could show you from when it first cracks to when it actually ends up becoming a cud. But yeah, I think that's a good one. So here's another one. You can see on the nose right there, there's a little bit of a cud there. But always look on the back of these because the K and the A seem to always have something going on. And in the nose too. Looks like this one is just on the nose of Washington. So the cool thing about this piece is you can see how that is on Washington. You see that one actually has something going on too on Washington on his nose. But then if you flip it around on the other side, that's when you want to look for those. I got another one underneath of it, so it's not lining up great. This is in a flip already too, but you see how the K has a cud right there? Sometimes the A will have it too. And then this one right here is another one where you can barely see it starting. This was like when that crack first happened. If I turn it a certain way, you can kind of see it. But it's very hard. This is like just the beginning of a crack. And then on the back, look at that K at the top of the K. That's a heck of a cud right there. So definitely something to look out for. I found a few of these. I guess the more that are out there, the more we will know if it's worth sitting aside. It's kind of like the that sixth claw is what they call it. And I got a very good version of that. Look at this thing. Talk about a cud. It's got 2 cuds on it. It's not even an extra claw. They call it the sixth claw, but this one is like a little bit extra. It's like 2 different cuds, one on the lower part and one on the top part. But I'm going to be honest, the more I find of these, the more I realize that there's more like this than there are the regular ones. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But I'm going to pull that out. So yeah, this thing right here, that's a definite cud on the K. Silver and Cigars, what's going on? JK, what's up? Sorcerer's Stand. Yeah, the wart on the nose. Yeah, I've got quite a few like that. I have a whole nother pile here, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a couple of them in there. Just trying to flip up a few of the errors that I've been finding recently. And, you know, maybe put them up in an auction. I don't know. Is anybody into errors? Like something like this? I don't know. I'd probably start buck and go just to see what would happen. I think it's a fun time. Even if it's not on camera, but just even in my pocket change, just looking for errors. And of course there's always silver to find, but let's be honest, how often do we find silver? Unless you got better luck than me, it's not very often. So yeah, this one right here is very, very small on Washington's nose. So this one was one of those I was kind of thinking, should I really try to keep it? I mean, obviously I've shown you like 3 or 4 of them now that do have that error. And that's about where it starts. So it'll start here and kind of go out to right as soon as the nose flattens, like right here. About right there, it'll get a cud, sometimes even bigger. I've got a few more somewhere. I got to find them. But yeah, I guess I'll put that to the side. I've got a couple other pieces I'll put to the side too. Here's another claw. Now you can see it's nothing crazy. It just has this little bit of a cud kind of coming this way instead of going the way it's supposed to. It shoots out like that. But there's so many of these out there. I really don't think it's anything worth banking on. So I found this one. So if there's any experts out there, what do you think about this? Look at the D. Now I know you're probably thinking machine doubling, but look at that T in the E, which still could be machine doubling. But it's like that because, oh no, this is a different one. See, look at all the doubling there. The P is pretty good too. Is this machine doubling? Not worth keeping? I know there is some people that like this sort of thing to collect. Like I'll probably hold on to it anyway. But is it worth more than face value? That I don't know. There's another one I'll show you that where it's like the actual planchet is pretty jacked up. Like it's, I don't know how to explain it, but I'll show you. Sean 47, what is going on, man? It's been a long time. I hope you're doing well. Silver Spurs 420, what's up? Appreciate you guys stopping in. Sean 47, I still have your channel rounds that I need to unbox. I have still not posted that video. Of course, I took a break for 2 years, and I've been back for a year since. So that's from about 3 years ago. I had a whole stack of things that I was trying to get around to. But I've got your silver round that, who was it that made that? 4.9s, right? I have a silver one, and then I have a different one that might be bronze or something like that. But I have 2 different channel rounds of yours. Man, it's that time of year. My nose just does not stop running. But anyway, Invisible River Ranch, what's up? Mundo, I don't know. Copper, I don't know if it was copper. I think it was something else. I don't think it was copper. It might have been like Nordic gold. So it probably had copper in it, but anyway. Doug Harding, what's up? Oh, by the way, Doug, check this out. Remember the ones that you got from me? So you might have seen a short video that I've shown a while ago about how I flatten my bills. And Doug picked up this. They're sequential. It's only $5. Sequential. You know, nothing crazy. It's not like he paid an extreme amount for it, but something cool. I liked it. He liked it, so he picked it up. But check this out. Look how flat that sucker is now. Remember when it was kind of wavy? I put it into a book with 50 pounds on top of it to flatten it out for, well, since that last auction. So now they're nice and flat. Looking beautiful. See, anyway, I don't know. What do you guys think? Nothing special? There's definitely a lot of doubling going on, but I don't know about that one. Then we got, this one has that cut on the nose as well. And see how it's in that same place? Or maybe that was the one I just showed you. Hold on, bear with me. This one has that weirdness going on around the edges. And sometimes that makes doubling. I don't know what people call this. If anybody knows, please leave a comment. Because it's supposed to be smooth. And you can see right here too, like especially right there. This is a good version of something that's kind of like that, where the planchet just wasn't made right. Like it shouldn't have all that bubbling kind of look to it. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that any of these are worth a bunch of money or anything like that, but it's not normal, is my point. And you got this one. You almost can't even see like the road lines there. I mean, it's definitely an error, but is it worth anything? Who knows? The letters are not very legible because of that. So before it was stamped, the planchet just was not the way it was supposed to be before it got stamped, and that's why it looks all weird. But that looks like doubling to me. Poor strike, yeah. Definitely weird. Stress lines, yeah, there you go. That kind of sounds like something somebody would say. But anyway, those are ones I just like to pull to the side. So here's one I was definitely going to flip. Now let's try to figure out why that is. Oh, there it is. There's a cut. Right there. That cut is not supposed to be there. It's supposed to look like this one. So we're going to definitely flip that bad boy. Actually, let's look at the whole thing and just make sure. Sometimes there's lines here. There's doubling up in here. I've also seen cuds on the top here, on the roof. As a matter of fact, I think I have another one that we're going to put in a flip that looks like that. I'm awfully zoomed. Here we go. I think the other side is pretty normal. But yeah, we're going to put that in a flip because that cud is definitely an error. Now, I'm not telling you guys I have anything worth $1 million. So don't get the wrong idea. But definitely worth putting in a flip and sitting to the side because it's definitely worth more than 25 cents. Now, it might only be a few bucks, but I'm not going to know any of that until I do some research, which I have not done yet. So anyway, this is a 2016 2016 P. See, if anybody was looking for me last week, I was busy doing heating and air conditioning. So last week and this week, I didn't hit the Thursday pour day. And man, if I could show you the pictures of what I had to do, holy crap. A lot of work. But I made good money, so can't complain. What are we going to call this? We're going to call this the roof cud. So I'm just flipping these. Just so I know what they are, kind of thing. Here's one that, see the wing right there? That is not supposed to look like that at all. That's a huge cud right there. So that's another one. And I already flipped this one up. And then what else do we got? Let me see. Oh, here's a cool one. See the head? That's a cud, and there's a cud here. Snow on the roof. Yes, I do have one of those. Where is that at? I just flipped that one too. Here you go. So not only does it have the snow on the roof, it's not all the way. It's kind of more of a cud than the snow on the roof. See this side, that's kind of what the snow on the roof looks like. It's not quite a cud. It's almost like there's a die crack that kind of goes through it. And it's starting to kind of mess it up a little bit, so it makes it look like there's snow. And then sometimes you'll actually get a cut out of it, which is that right there. But if you look over top of this window, there's a cud right there too. This one's a little bit harder to see, but it's there. So I got roof and window cuds on this one. Here's the claw. That is a crazy claw there. Not supposed to look like that at all. Then we got this one. So look at the K. You see that cud on the K? And then if you look on the nose, look at her nose. She got a wart. So that's a cool one. So always look at these because I've found quite a few. The K and the A have cuds on this one. The nose is fine, but a lot of times if you flip it over, sometimes the nose will have something going on Washington. I can't tell if this is that or not. It's in the right spot, but that almost looks like dirt or something just got on it. It's just kind of weird anyway. You can see there's spots all over the place. So I don't know if that is a cud. It's kind of hard to tell, but that's not really what I'm going off of anyway. The fact that it has the K and the A looking like that, that's a pretty decent cud on that. Anyway, so that's another one. Here we have a wing cud. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right there. You almost have to have the lighting kind of hitting it just right. Which I don't have the greatest lighting in here. See right in between the wings there. And then wing cud air with nose die crack. Okay, so this one, this is the nose. I think this was kind of when that was first starting. Now that almost looks like a scratch, but I've seen quite a few of these that ends up being a cud right there. And if you look on the other side, check out the wing. There's a cud right there, which is usually what happens. So that is another one. And then we have nose cud air. Here's a really good nose cud. Look at that sucker. That's what I'm talking about. So you see how I showed you that other one? It definitely looks like it's in that same area, the beginning stages, because that's what happens. First it cracks. We're talking about the dies. First it cracks, then it gets worse and worse and worse, and those cracks turn into cuds because a part of the die ends up cracking off and gets lost somewhere. And then you can have a strike through where that piece will break off. And then when it stamps it, it'll be like in the middle of a place it's not even supposed to be. If that makes any sense. It'll break off and get moved somewhere. That's called a strike through, I think. My terminology might not be, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure that, see, now that is what the airplane is supposed to look like without those cuds. So these I have not written anything on yet, so I don't know what this is. Probably, yeah, the bottom of the K there has a little bit of a cud. Always move it around the light. Yeah. See, that's not supposed to look like that. Her nose looks okay. What about Washington's nose? Yep, boom, there you go. 2023P. What was that? K. And nose cud. I'm just writing on the flips what I have so I know. And then this one. And if you always look at the K and the A, because they're always different too. They're not always the same. Sometimes it's on the top, sometimes it's on the bottom, but the K and the A is always where the cuds are. Let's check her nose. That looks cool. His nose. There's a spot there, but I'm going to say that's just, it could be a very early crack, but we're just going to say K cud. The A is even kind of, it looks like it was about to start getting weird, but we're just going to call this a K cud. $2023P. Quarter. All right. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm probably way behind on the chat here. Okay, Mundo, got you. Nordic gold, yeah. Okay, that's probably what it is, Sean. I think it is. I think I got the silver and the Nordic gold. I'm not sure what numbers, but they've been sitting in the package. I got them ever since I got them. Because I had like 30 or 40 packages. I took a break from YouTube for 2 years, and when I came back, I was like, I'll get into all that stuff. So I never posted any videos about any of it or even went through it. I made sure it was there when I first got it to make sure I got what I paid for. But yeah, that's one of the couple I have left. Stress lines, weird. Okay, I've seen that. Poor strike. All right. Quitting time on Friday. Typical U.S. mint quality. Yeah, especially with the Philadelphia. The D's aren't quite as bad, but I have shown 47 rounds. I'm rich. To be honest, I have been selling off a lot of the pours that I have. Unfortunately, I might have to let go of that one too, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, I haven't even unboxed it yet, so it's kind of one of those things. I have auctions every now and again because I pour, and actually, I'll show you this right here. This was one that was from my last auction that got passed on. If anybody's interested, I am willing to let it go today. This is a prototype. Just saying. And then I still got a few of those channel rounds, the 1/2 ounce channel rounds. Some ripples and toning. That's number 5. And then they come with a fabric sticker too, which I only made 10 of. So it's a 1 of 10 sticker, and the sticker matches the round. But anyway, let's see what else we got here. I got a stack of quarters that I'm not sure what is what anymore. You know, this is when I think I was looking at the doubling on Washington's head. Like, what? Why has it got 2 foreheads? This one just looked kind of strange to me. Look at that B. It looks like if this is one that I had found like right away when it was still new before it got circulated, we might have something, but now it's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I think this is one I'm just going to throw to the side. Unless somebody knows about what this might be, this is one of those I put to the side that I'm probably not going to do anything with. I need to go grab something. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. King of all aviation, what's going on? Is that a part of your name? King of all aviation has donated $50 through donations. Is that like your whole name? Kim Campbell, what's going on? What kind of scope are you using? Mine just broke and I have to get a new one. So looking for suggestions. I have an Apple computer. And so I have another scope that I got for this and it didn't really work. So it depends on what you have. But I have an Apple computer, obviously. That's the one I'm using. But like I said, I bought one before and it I couldn't figure out how to make it work on an Apple computer, so I had to like get a new one. So if you have a PC though, yeah, I got another one somewhere. I was gonna put that in my last auction and I never found it. But pluggable. It says pluggable. That's all it really says. Pluggable. I do like how it comes with that little plate on the bottom of it. The other one didn't come with that. Snow on the Roof is on Amazon. Yeah, I got both of those on Amazon, by the way. Beam Becky, hello. How you doing? Lucifer said hi. Uh-oh. I see that, then feel my nose. Otis, what's going on? Appreciate you guys stopping in. How's the Apple treating me? The Apple is great. I love this computer. It was expensive. Of course, it was years ago when I bought it. I love it. But it's so different than a PC. Obviously, you know, anybody that knows Apple, it's just a different animal. And I always knew how to do stuff on PCs. So when I get on this, it's kind of a learning experience. But I do like, the reason I bought an Apple was because I wanted to make music. And like you can see, I got GarageBand over here. Well, maybe you can't see it. I have other systems too, but there's other systems like Cubase. I was using that for a while and it just ended up being whatever. Ableton was kind of a different thing that I didn't really buy, so I only had a little bit of it. And I just started using GarageBand because it's easy and it doesn't cost me anything. And I've come up with some pretty decent tunes making music on that. So I've just been using that, to be honest. But that's the only thing I really use it for. That, if I'm trying to do something on my YouTube channel, I'll come on here and go through the studio through here. But a lot of times, even that I'll do on my phone. But I do like it. I think it's a 2 terabyte. It's nothing crazy. 27-inch, 2 terabyte. I think they make them bigger now. At the time, that was the biggest they had. But like I said, I bought this a while ago. You have a lot of unopened packages? Yeah, I did for about 2 years. Those are nice. I always look for notches. Invisible River Ranch with the $1 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Trying to catch up on these. There we go. Cat's new pick. Did anybody watch that short that I did? I was watching hockey with my cat. She was staring at the TV until right when I went to hit record. She turned and looked at me, and I was like, man, I was trying to make a video. So I said, let's go Caps, right? Talking to the cat, and she, it takes her a second, but she goes, eh. I was like, yep. She said, sure. I made a short out of that. I thought it was funny. 7 Stacks, what's going on? Otis says, a good day to you. Well, good day to you. Appreciate you guys. Rakamas, what's going on? I'm not sure if I said hello to you or not. Silver Spurs. But yeah, I also did a short recently with talking about if you show, I forgot, I just posted it too, but I did both of those the other day and then stuck them into my dang, what's that called? Where you can just kind of put them to the side and save them for later, whatever the hell that's called. That's what I did with it. So I posted one last night and posted one today because I've been working my ass off. So I was just kind of like last minute trying to put something out. But man, I got like 2,500 views on that last short. I wish people would like the damn thing. I'm having a real, like an issue. And it's very discouraging because, obviously you want to do good. You want to keep going. You want to get views, right? You want to get likes. You want to get comments. But my comments and my likes are not anything like they were 3 years ago. And it's very, what's the word? I don't know. I just get kind of frustrated sometimes. And I try not to be like that, right? Listen, first of all, let me say, you're always going to get honesty with me. I'm going to say it like it is. That might get me in trouble sometimes. It might make me look a certain way, whatever. I just try to be honest. And, man, recently I've been like, come on, what am I doing wrong here? Is it me? Is it my personality? Like, what is happening? Do I need to change everything? Is it the pouring? Like, what is it? But, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We don't have a whole lot of time. I'm going to do one more auction. And I'm hoping that people show up. I'm hoping that we do good. I will try to keep going from there. But it's probably, auctions are going to start being a lot more, I'm not going to stop pouring by any means because I love to do it. But when it comes to putting my pours out there, it might be a little bit kind of, instead of once a month, it might be every quarter or something like that. I feel like I'm just saturating the market too much with my pours because they're just not doing very well. And I got to be real with myself, Everybody wants to do great, but we don't always do that. And I'm going to be the first one to call myself out. I think that I'm putting out decent stuff, but, the community's got to speak on that, right? What was I looking for? Oh, there it is. Anyway, I digress. Here's another one of those. So that's why I'm trying to start to get into more of the coin stuff like I used to do, trying to pull some of the old subscribers back. Because I haven't seen a lot of those people since I came back about a year ago. Of course, it's been all pouring. Ever since I came back, it was all about pouring. So I'm trying to branch out a little bit. I've got some videos I need to do some, I don't know what the hell this was. Some videos I need to do some editing on. I did a dollar bill search. So here's a little preview. I did a dollar bill search and I found one of those twins. I don't know if anybody knows about that, but in 2013, whenever you find a star note from 2013, look to see if it's a B star note. If it's a B star note, there are certain numbers, and I can't remember off the top of my head. I have it written down. But the mint printed it twice by accident, one in Washington and one somewhere else. And I found one of those the other day. So that was really cool. But when I watched the video back, I started to notice that I was trying to explain what it was I was looking for, but I think it would be better if I go in, like when I'm editing, and tell you guys like exactly what the number would look like. Because sometimes, like for me, I was understanding what I was saying, but I could see how people that don't know exactly what they're looking for could be confused by what I was saying. So I'm going to try to do some editing on that one. And it's going to take me a little while. Here you go. There's another one of those nose cuds. That's the very beginning stage of that. I bet you this is a Betsy Coleman. Yep. So you can see the airplane looks good. No cuds on the airplane, but it is starting to get a little cut on the nose there. That's kind of one of the beginning, not quite the beginning, but so yeah, I've got quite a few of these where you can actually see the process of the die breaking as it got worse and worse. So we'll definitely be flipping this one. And the way I flip these is I don't always put Washington on the front. It depends on where the air is. Wherever the air is, that's what side I put it on. So like this one, because the air was on this side, this is how I do it. And then this one, because it's on the nose, I'll do it on this side. Everybody does it different, but that's how I do it. By the way, I got an amazing stapler. Oh, I'm out of staples. Are you kidding me? Ain't that a, you know what? How am I going to say I got an amazing stapler on my last staple? That is my luck. And I don't see more staples. There ain't no way that just happened. No, tell me it ain't so. All right, found them. Wait, those are not quite right. Shoot. Those are really small. I'm gonna have to go out of the room for a second and find something else. Let me catch up on these before I run to go do that. Good day to you. 7 stacks. I love 7 stacks, man. 7 stacks has more of my pours than anybody. I truly appreciate you. To the moon and back is what they say. Brown Sugar, what is going on? I appreciate you stopping in. Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna go, let me go grab these staples. I'm not sure if these little ones are gonna work. Let me see if I got some more staples out here. I'll be right back, guys. Don't go nowhere. And if anybody likes The Walking Dead and you want me to unbox, well, not unbox, I've got some packs that we can open up and see what we get. I've got Season 3 Part 1 and Season 4 Part 1. And then I got some hockey cards too we can go through if anybody's into that. I know I'm the only hockey fan that's, well, there is some other hockey fans that are stackers. So, but anyway, I got some new books I'm going to show you guys too. I kind of showed it in the last live stream, but I got a new red book and the Cherry Picker's Guide and some things like that that I haven't even looked at yet. So we'll get into that in a minute. Give me a second. When we come back, I'll do a little giveaway. Hold on. These are going to work a lot better. Yeah, I think these other ones are a little small. But anyway, for the longest time, I was using this real piece of crap stapler. I love it because it's camouflage, but it didn't staple very well. And then I found this, and I was like, man, that's what I really need to be using. So if you ever do flips like I'm doing, this is what you want. Yeah, I think those other little ones would have jammed it up. I'm glad I found those. All right, so what do we have here? Got a die chip. Well, I guess die crack on the nose. So a 2023P. Die crack nose. So that's just what I write, so I know what I'm looking at. And so yeah, like I was saying earlier, I do appreciate everybody that comes to the auctions. It truly means the world to me that we can, have 10, 20 people in. What I was talking about earlier is how it's not, in the past, I've been doing it for a year and it hasn't really grown a whole lot. And so it's getting hard for me to be able to keep it going because silver is expensive, So when you start thinking about like what I'm putting stuff up for and the profit that I might get off of a piece and then the hours that are in it, it's really it's getting hard. But I do appreciate everybody that shows up. I don't want to ever come across as being somebody that's not grateful for what I have, because the people that do show up are amazing, and you guys been showing up for me, and I really appreciate it. So, I can't say that enough. But I've got to figure a way to grow this more than what it is right now. So I got some things I'm thinking about. There's some things in the works, trying to figure it out. But I guess, time will tell, I guess, is kind of where I'm at with it. We're definitely going to have another auction. I've still got some things that I'm working on now. And I'm starting to do heating and air conditioning. So I'm not going to have as much time to put into it. I got to make money. And pouring is not making enough money for me to just do that solely. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. We're going to keep it going, to get, do pours when I can, but it's not going to be as often. I wish I could say I could do it full time, but it's not possible. One day, hopefully, we'll get there. I don't know what this was. But definitely thank you to everybody that's ever showed up for an auction. You guys truly do mean the world to me. I can't say that enough. But if you've been around, I'm an open book, and I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from and not have anything be a curveball as to why I'm thinking what I'm thinking and what I can and can't do. So that's why I'm always brutally honest about things, which probably isn't good, but there's too many fake people out here on YouTube, and I refuse to be that person. Not calling anybody out, just saying there's two different worlds sometimes, and I know the world that I'm in. But I do appreciate all of you guys. I never wanted to come across as anything but. I don't know what that was. Sometimes I pull things to the side and I'm thinking that could be something, but then I look at it again and I'm like, yeah, what the hell were you thinking, bro? Here we go. There's another cud there. Brown sugar's doing well. 7 Stacks says I need more. Pores, you've got more than anybody. And man, I love you so much. Like, without you, I wouldn't still be doing this, even to where I'm at now. So thank you. The Arcadian Carpenter, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping in. Is this live? Yeah, we are live. I had to run out and find some staples for a minute there. Sorry. Kingslayer, what's going on? Short? No, I'm actually 6'1", but, you know, thanks for asking. So check this out. I'm 6'1" and 200 pounds. I haven't been 200 pounds since high school, so plus for me. That's a win. I actually got up to about 248, I think was probably my heaviest. Oh, so I never said anything about this. I fasted on Easter. I didn't eat from Thursday at dinner time till Sunday at dinner time. So I fasted for 3 days. And man, it really does wonders for your body and for your mental. I didn't do it last year, but I did it the year before. And I'm telling you, that's how I actually got sober back in the day, is fasting for 3 days. I think next time I do it, I'm going to try to go 5 days. And then after that, I'm going to try to go 7 days. Because when you fast, your cells start to rebuild themselves. And you can really heal a lot of things that might be wrong with you. A lot of ailments you can heal through fasting. A lot of people don't realize that. There's also something going on here in between the E and the A. Does that look like a dye? Like a little cud there? I feel like that does. Either way, the claw. Now, you know, this is just one of those things where I find so many of them. I find more with the cuds going on here on the claw than I do without. So is it really worth anything? Probably not. I think this one I'm going to sit to the side for now because I have so many of them anyway. 1965. What the hell was this? Oh, you know what? I might have saw some doubling there and was like, what is this? Maybe that's what I was looking at. Like I said, not everything that I'm showing right now is going to be an error. These are just things I set to the side to do some more research on, which I still got to do. Oh, here was one that I found. This is a 2007 Utah. And you can see the trains. Always look for dye chips at the back of the trains. Sometimes even on the front right here. I've seen them here. I've seen them back here. And I'll show you if we look at this other one. See, that right there is not supposed to look like that. That is definitely a cud. So we're going to pull out another one of these flips. And we're going to call that 2007 Utah quarter. You know what's really awesome about the stapler too? The other one, whenever I would staple these, the back, they would always stick up a little bit. Now you see how this one is perfectly flat. The other one, I used to have to take this punch and press all of them down. And they always look like crap because sometimes they would bend. This just staples perfectly. So man, there is definitely good and bad staplers out there. for this sort of thing. (2007) P. Of course. How did I know? It's always Philadelphia. You very rarely find Denver minted errors. It's always Philadelphia. I'm going to call this a train cud. Until I can look them up and see exactly what people are selling them for and calling them online, I'm just going to name them myself. What is this thing? Oh, I think that's a cud right there at the top, the little wing. I don't think that right there is supposed to be there. I'm pretty sure it goes up and then out. And you can see how there's like an extra cud there. So the die started to crack and break right there. And then once it fell out, when they stamp it, it leaves that mark. So we are going to flip this one too. And this is a 2018. Of course, it's a Philly. Quarter, I'm going to call this top wing. Maybe I should have called it feather, but it's too late. Top wing. I called it wig. What the hell? I left my N out. Top wing. I need a new flip for this one. Cud. What are you gonna do? This is almost as bad. I don't do it as much with flips as I do with my COAs. Let me show you something. You're gonna crack up. So I do pours, and I have COAs that I write out. That's all the COAs I messed up. There's some kind of error on every single one of those. I'm not proud of that, but it is what it is. By the way, because you guys are hanging out with me, I'm going to show you an exclusive. Here is something that I have not shown anybody yet, that I just got in the mail. I have some stickers. I only put out 60 of these, and they were actually rectangular stickers. And Sticker Mule sent me a deal on a roll of stickers. So I actually had these made. So normally this was a rectangle. I only had 60 of them made, but they made it in a circular version. This is a design I made a long time ago. Well, I guess in 2020. That's the first time I ever did the backwards C. It says capital currency, silver and gold, coins and bills, and then YouTube underneath here. See, I got, I think, 50 of those. So we'll be putting those out in the community here and there. It does kind of suck the way, you got to kind of just cut across here and then leave it square, or cut around the whole thing, which is kind of going to be a lot of work. So I'm probably not going to do that. But anyway, Broke Stacker, what's up? I'm about to show you something else I think you'll appreciate. Let me catch up on these comments here. Cap will be right back. Yeah, I'm always running away, aren't I? What's up with that? Hangnail. Do I have a hangnail? I wouldn't doubt it. I got a boo-boo. So my cousin, Ray, I've been working with my cousin doing HVAC, and I had to cut aluminum. I guess it's aluminum, sheet metal, because we were doing a new, like a new part of the system, really. So I'm cutting for the first time. I've never done this kind of work before, and I'm cutting with this thing, and he gives me these shears that are not the right kind of shears to be using. Keep in mind, I'm like, hey man, you know, at my house, I have electric shears where I could sit here and cut this like no problem without having to, you know, squeeze every inch to get this through, because it was a round thing in the middle. We had to beat it out and cut all the way around to get to the circle. And I was like, man, this is kind of a pain in the butt. You know, I have a tool for this. He's like, yeah, I do too. So we're up at this job. I'm up the back of the house. I'm cutting this thing. I got a damn blister that popped open already before I even noticed it was a blister. It was already popped open. I'm like, so you got the tool, huh? Thank you. I appreciate that. And then I was in my shed earlier today, actually, and I found mine. I'm taking that sucker with me next time because it's so much easier to use. But anyway, I digress. So I got some 1mm stamps. This is the one that Tuli had. Am I all the way zoomed? Yeah. Tuli had these suckers. Look at the size of these. I was like, holy crap, I can't even read what they say. They're so small. So, and if these are 1mm, I think the one I have is either 2 or 3. I think it's 3mm. I think I have 3mm and 6mm. And these things are so tiny. The numbers are kind of hard to read, but the letters, I can see the letters a little bit better. But, so now I feel comfortable doing some side stamping, because these suckers right here, it doesn't matter how thick my piece is. I should be able to stamp something on the side, because my poker chips I was doing in silver, man, this sucker does not like to get back in there. The silver poker chip, I would stamp on the side of it, but I was using the number 3. And so now we got the number 1, so that'll be cool. If I ever do any more poker chips. Because the numbers on the poker chips, the last one was 10. I only did 10 of them. Or maybe 11, I can't remember. But it wasn't more than 11. And I couldn't stamp the numbers next to each other like that. So I think actually the 10th one, I think I didn't stamp the number on it. But all the other ones I did. But now I can actually do whatever and be able to stamp the sides, so that's cool. Keep the pores coming. I'm going to try. JPB. JPB. Man, I don't know. JPB. As soon as you say it, I'll be like, oh yeah. Broke Stacker is in the building. How you doing, man? Is your leg feeling good? I hope you're feeling a lot better than you were. Yeah. Sucks being hurt. I didn't realize how old I was until I started doing HVAC again in my 40s. I'm 45. I'll be 46 this year. And when you got to get into an attic, the first one we did was not too bad. This one, I couldn't. First of all, when you go into the hole, it's on the back of the house, and you had to walk all the way to the front of the house to get to the damn thing, to the unit. And you can't even stand halfway up. So you're bent over, but you're also squatting, trying to get down to the place. And I had to go in and out, grabbing tools and doing this and that. Then we had to carry the whole thing, the whole old one out, put the new one in. I tell you what, man, my legs have been hurting for about 3 days now. I definitely feel old. But it's all right. I'll get used to it. So look at the end there. Does that not look like crazy doubling to you? It does to me. Look at the T. Look at his mouth. That's another thing. And the forehead. There's definitely doubling going on with this one, but I don't know. I didn't see this in the book that I normally use. So I don't know. That's another one I kind of have sitting to the side. I did find a couple Canadian. Found a couple of these on the last hunt. And then other than that, do you guys know? Oh, there is a couple other ones. Do you guys know what this is? Or this? Or this? Or this? And then I found this, and I was like, wait a minute. I've seen them red before. I've never seen a blue one. So I don't know if there was a bar trying to be a little bit different than what they normally do. But these right here are jukebox quarters. It's called the house quarter. So they would paint their quarter red. That way, if they wanted to play music, they would just put a house quarter in and play it instead of the people in the bar actually, or restaurant, playing it, because that's how they make money. But whenever the owner of the establishment wanted to play something, he would use, or she would use, one of the red quarters. But then I found this blue one, and I was like, man, is that the same thing, but just different? You know, like, oh, maybe this is for gay bars or something. I don't know. But it is painted blue. The whole thing's painted blue. I don't know if anybody knows why a blue one. I mean, maybe they just wanted to paint them, period. Didn't matter what color. But anyway, got a couple of those. Slowly but surely. Well, that's good. You got to take your time. I tell you what, man, I was working out. I was noticing muscles popping out I hadn't seen in years. I was feeling good. And it hurt my arm. And I'll tell you how I hurt my arm. And this is how you know you're getting old. I was filing. I had an auction coming up, and for 3 days, I had all my pours done. And then for 3 days, I filed. And then the day after that auction, I had the auction on Friday. So I filed all day Friday, all day Thursday, all day Wednesday, trying to get everything ready. Dude, Saturday, I couldn't lift my arm. And for weeks, it would hurt. Every time I would lift my arm up over like halfway, it would hurt. So I quit lifting weights because I couldn't do it. I couldn't lift weights. And I didn't want to make it any worse. So I'm good now, but it actually took a little while, like a month and a half. That's how you know you're getting old. When you pull something like that and it takes a freaking month and a half to heal, you are getting old. I mean, I'm only 45 years young, so it is what it is, but it's amazing at just how dirty circulated coins are. Yeah, Michael, for sure. I appreciate you stopping in, though. Michael Wells, 770. They do get nasty. I usually put on gloves when I'm searching, but this is stuff I already found. I was just trying to put everything into flips like this. Finding some errors. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 quarter errors that I found over the past probably couple months. 3 or 4 different times. And then I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 more that I wasn't sure about. So I still need to do some research on those, but that kind of work will keep you young. Yeah, Broke Stacker. So that's what my cousin was telling me. He was like, man, my father has guys that are 60 years old still doing this stuff. And I was like, well, yeah, that's why, because they do it every day. And I feel good about that, man, because I kind of fell off for a while, and I really want to get to a place. I used to run and work out every day, man. I was in great shape, and back then I was in sales. I didn't even have like a physical job like that. But I ran on my lunch break. I ran after work. I worked out every day in the morning, afternoon. Like I was in really good shape at one point in my life, and then got hurt, and it was all downhill after that. Got in a snowboarding accident actually. It's a bitch when you crack your collarbone, your tailbone, and your rib all in the same day. I remember going under the house to run network cable. It's one of the worst things I've done home improvement wise, given how tall I am. Yeah, man. So I'm 6'1" and trying to bend over in some of the spots. My cousin's a little bit shorter than me, but not that much. But it's tough when you're trying to bend into a place and carry something that weighs 100 pounds. It's probably over 100 pounds. Carrying it up into a spot that's like 20, 30 feet away, and you can't lift it up. Like all you can do is kind of hunch over it and just kind of push it a little bit at a time. Man, it's tough. But I'm liking it, man. I'm really liking it. I like to, I've always liked kind of getting my hands dirty anyway, but learning something. I wanted to learn a trade because you guys know, man, AI and what's happening in the world right now, we're living in a crazy time. And jobs are going to just disappear every year, more and more and more because of AI. And I wanted to learn a trade. And of all trades, people don't want to be hot. People don't want to be cold. So HVAC, I think, is a good one to be into. People are always going to want air conditioning. People are always going to need heat. Electric, yeah. But if it really comes down to like some shit hit the fan type of thing, you don't necessarily need electric. But if you don't got electric, you're not going to have HVAC anyway. So we're kind of at that place. But, I'd hate to get there regardless. But But yeah, just learning a trade, something I've never done before, is fun. And I like HVAC because not only am I learning how heat and air conditioning works, but sometimes I have to do electric, right? So you're getting into electrical, you're getting into a little bit of plumbing, and the HVAC. So you're kind of learning three trades at the same time, which I kind of like. So I've always been kind of terrified of electricity. I've never done anything electrical because I don't want to kill myself. And yeah, I don't take a chance on that. But it's fun, watching him. And I'll just keep watching what he's doing for the next couple months. And then at some point, go take the class and get my license to do it for real. We'll see what happens. You found a few red ones? Yeah, those are the jukebox quarters. I mean, I don't know if they're necessarily worth a bunch of money or anything, but I always save them just because for me, it kind of gives it a little bit of history. You know what I mean? Like there's a little history behind it when you find something like that. It's probably been around a little bit, at least in one building. Imagine all the songs that were played with this quarter. You're having a bad day. You've been bartending all day and you're having a bad day. People have been assholes to you all day. You just want to play your favorite song. How many times did that happen with this quarter? You know what I'm saying? The penny and nickel. Yeah, I do. I don't do nickels because I never find anything. But pennies, I got a bunch of rolls of pennies here. Nickels, I have terrible luck. Nickels and dimes. I've never, not one time, found a silver dime. I mean, you don't really find a whole lot of silver anyway. I'll be honest. Even searching quarters, I've never found a silver quarter, or maybe once. I think I found one silver quarter in a roll. Every other time I found them, they were in the wild, like in change or something like that, at a car wash, that sort of thing. No, not a car wash. That was a W. I found a W at a car wash. And then I found a W in Ocean City. We went to the beach and we were playing games and stuff. And my daughter would be so mad because I would get out like $100 in quarters, and then I would sit there and go through them all before I'd give them to her. And so I'd give her like $5 after I searched them, and then she would have to go away until I went through the rest of them because she was embarrassed that I was sitting there going through quarters in the middle of a. What is happening with my screen? The government's here. They've tapped. Yeah, broke man. The older you get, the longer it takes things to heal. Although I tell you, I'm in a different place than I was before because before I was on pills for pain, and I'll never do it again because when you take pills for pain, it always takes 10 times longer to heal than if you just didn't deal with it in the first place. Just if you can deal with that initial first week or two of excruciating pain, you're going to heal so much faster than if you had just taken a freaking Percocet. Like, just don't do it. If you don't have to, don't do it. Because that's what always makes everything last so long, for me, in my experience. I don't like doing that stuff anymore. It's very addicting too, man. That's the hardest thing I ever got off of. I was kind of addicted to that stuff for a while because my body, I couldn't function without it. I was in a bad place a few years back. I'll never get back to that place ever in my life. I've quit drinking, I've quit smoking, I've quit doing all kinds of stuff. That right there was the hardest thing I ever did. I definitely don't want to go through that again. Go tear out refractory, a secondary cyclone, and a what? I don't even know what you're talking about there, Brooke. That doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm going to try not to do that. Refractory secondary cyclone, huh? That just sounds like something I don't want nothing to do with. I tend to keep oddities, especially if they're not common. Yeah, man, I'm the same way, Michael. I found silver in each denomination. It can happen. Oh, I've actually found. Okay, so I will be honest. I have found, I think, two nickels that were war nickels. So I have found silver in nickels, but man, it's kind of rare for me. And I think what happened is I kept getting rolls from the bank and trying to search them and just never found anything. And I'm not talking about boxes. I'm talking about 5, 10 rolls. You know what I mean? Doing that a few times, never really finding anything and just getting kind of bored with it. Because it seems like pennies and quarters, you always find something. So it's just a lot more fun for me. I love quarters anyway. I've always loved quarters. I love the designs. You know, the cent too. Like, I love a cent. But, and actually, I do have some cents laying around. We can look at some of that stuff. There's a couple quarters laying around here still. Let's see what this is. Oh, that's what this is. Look at that. Tell me that's not in good shape. This is my favorite design. I'm a drummer, so I love a drummer boy. If you don't know, now you know. I love drums. So this has always been kind of one of my favorites. But to find them in good shape like that is very rare. So I think I'm going to flip this one too. I have another one sitting here, which I don't think is in quite as good shape. Yeah, that one's not even close. kind of a weak planchet anyway. But right on top of that drum, right here, it always gets weak right there. It's kind of the first place to look. And even that one does look a little bit weak, but it's kind of the lighting too. That's not quite as bad. But this one's in pretty good shape. I don't know the grade. I'm not no expert on grades. I do have the book called Making the Grade, which is a pretty good book. That's what I was using for fishes. Trying to get into the Fury. I was using my book to guess the grade. Which, by the way, make sure you, if you're not subscribed to Fish, make sure you subscribe to him. That is not over yet. So there is a chance to get into the Fury. I'm not going to say whether I'm in or not, because I'm not sure if I can talk about that. Either way, but 1976. I thought they were putting P's on it. I guess it's just a Philadelphia without the P. I don't know why I thought these had P's on them. This might even be something I end up giving away just because I might sign Capital Currency on the bottom of it and give it away. It's probably worth a few dollars because it's in such good shape. Nothing crazy, but might be worth a few bucks. What is it called when that happens? When the planchet is all jacked up? Does anybody know what this is? That's how it was made. Sometimes you'll even get doubling because of it. But I don't know what it's called. If anybody knows, please let me know. Spokane, what's up? Graydon, what's going on? Do you have bicentennial half dollars? I used to. I don't think I have anything like that anymore. I used to have a few of those. Look, Spokane tried to sell some of my pours today, and even those didn't sell. I guess half of them did. I don't know what this was either. But it seemed like everybody was showing up and picking up some stuff. I feel like you did okay. I hope you're happy with what... I didn't catch the whole thing, but hopefully you did what you needed to do today. B. Taylor, what's up? I don't know how I missed you there. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you stopping in. Proof Silver Drummer Boy? Yeah, I do too. I do too. Where did I put that thing? That's a 1960. That's some silver. If you guys like silver, I got a bunch of this stuff too. If anybody's looking for any proof silver quarters, let me know. I've got a crap ton of them. And I'm trying to sell them because I paid way too much for them. Oh, here we go. I paid way too much for them, but I'll give you a better deal than what I paid for them if anybody's looking. But here's a bicentennial half. Sometimes, look in the middle. See how it looks like it has a circle hue around it? I don't know why that happens. But I've had quite a few of them like that. But yeah, that's what it looks like. I don't know what you were asking for, but I do have one laying around. B. Taylor, man, I got to get out and do some fishing, man. I know you love the fishing. I got to get out there and do some fishing, man. I'm craving snagging a bass. Well, not snagging a bass, but you know. You know what I'm saying. I need to set the hook on a bass. It's been a while. I didn't even catch one bass last year. I only went like once or twice. Actually, I think I went once, and I took my daughter, and she was fishing more than I was. So I did throw I think I might have thrown a worm in once, didn't catch anything, and I just never really had a whole lot of time to do it again after that. But Spokane says, not just yours. There was a lot that didn't sell. Yeah, I'm just messing with you, man. I was surprised at some things that didn't go. Yeah. I mean, shoot, my round is just literally a round. Just like these. I mean, I still got 4 of these that didn't sell. These are the little half ouncers. By the way, if anybody wants one, I still got 4 of them left. Just saying. That's number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 8 is what I have left. And they come with a really cool sticker as well. A fabric sticker. Only 1 of 10. So the number 8 comes with the number 8 sticker. I was going to put them up in the next auction, if I ever get there. This was the other one. But yeah, when I first came on here, I was kind of talking about the whole pouring thing, and I'm going to try to keep it going, but, you know, it's tough, man. It's hard out here. It's just about the time. I could do a pour, and it could take me 8 hours to finish a pour sometimes. And then I make 20 bucks off of an 8-hour pour. Like, I got to be real with myself. Of course, I'm doing it because I love doing it. But I also, for a while, didn't have any other income coming in. So, like, that was it. So I was making enough to pay my bills, but I wasn't continuing to buy new silver. I wasn't continuing to buy more things to put in the auction. I was basically selling my stack. That's what I've been doing. This has all been my stack. I've been selling my stack, and I've been pouring. And this was silver that I bought, 2 years ago. I bought 100 ounces, 50 ounces, a couple kilos. So, to buy new silver, because silver is like 30-something dollars, it's like, if I do an auction, right, and I make like $200 in profit, how much silver can I really get for that? So it's really hard to keep it going. That's why I was thinking it'd be cool to like get a press and do some of those things. And I'm always exclusive to YouTube as well. And I think maybe that's probably my downfall, that I need to be kind of more out there in all the other platforms, which I do post, but I've never sold. But doing something like where I'll make like 50 rounds and, I have like 1 through 50 and sell them that way. And if anybody wants one, just sell them as they sell, kind of thing. That's really the only way to make money on it, to do something in like a high quantity. Because doing a sand cast, man, people just don't want to pay what a sand cast is worth. I mean, sometimes. I'm not saying that happens all the time. Sometimes it's all good. But it's just a hard thing to break into. And I love it so much. So, like, I want it to work so bad. But, I got to be real with myself, too. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is just me being honest. Probably saying too much like I always do. But anyway. I think I'm putting too much out there, too. Broke. I saw it. Broke did a killing the other day. Congrats, man. Congrats. You did awesome on your last. I saw your stream afterwards. I didn't catch it live, I don't think. But you did the damn thing. Good for you. Given the size of the half and large dollar coins, why don't they scale up the mint marks? I don't know. That's a good question. Oh, Brooke's out. If you're still here. Later. I'm good at drowning worms. Man, I'll tell you what. Last year, there was we had rain outside. And it rained its butt off. And I can't remember what time of year it was. I feel like it was in the spring. But it rained so much that, and I've never seen this happen before because it's rained its ass off many, many times around here. But for some reason, there was thousands of worms in the puddles out back. And I'm kind of like on the edge of woods. You guys know. I'm on the edge of woods, man. And there was like tons and tons, thousands of worms that just decided, no, we're dead. And just came up through the ground and were just in the bottom of these ditches and puddles. I have no idea what happened there. But anyway. Yes, I'm on what, yeah, B. Taylor, I'm on Whatnot, but I've never done anything on there because I can't get nobody to follow me. So, I mean, what's the point? I'm not going to go in there and try to do something when I have 5 followers. There's no point in that. It's kind of like X for me. I've been on X for a year and I have 17 followers. Like, you know what I mean? I try, but I can't make people follow me. So what am I going to do? I have more followers on TikTok than anywhere, but I don't even sell anything over there. I just post my pours after they sell, really. I should be doing everything before I sell something. I've got everything kind of bass backwards, for lack of a better term. You know what I mean? I'm just not doing it the way I should, but that's just kind of how I roll, I guess. Honesty is good. Yeah, I live my life on that. I'll never be a fake person. I can tell you that much. You know, when you come here, you're gonna get real honest and truth. Even if it makes me look bad, I'll still say it because I don't care. I mean, I really don't care. If the truth makes me look bad, then maybe I should have made a change there. You know what I mean? That's how we learn. Wow, that's a bit excessive, 8 hours. B. Taylor, my last live stream was almost 9 hours. And you would cry if I told you the profit I made from that, on top of the pours, the hours I have in the pours. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I'd love to keep doing this, but it's hard, man. It just hasn't been growing. Like when I first came back to YouTube, I said, I'm pouring. Everybody showed up. I had maybe 30 people in the room for that first auction, and I have not done that since. I have not been able to keep 30 people in the room ever since. So it's not growing. So at some point, I got to be real with myself. Like, how long can you really keep trying to hope something is going to get bigger, right? At some point, you have to be like, well, you gave it a good go and it didn't work. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. Trust me, it's the last thing I want to do, but it is what it is. They got washed out. Yeah, it might have been just like a crazy. You talking about the worms? It might have been just too much water for them. The Whatnot. Well, I don't sell anything on Whatnot. That's what I'm saying because I don't have but 7 followers over there. But it's capital currency. I don't know exactly what it is. I haven't been on there in a little while. You know what's funny? There's people that I know on there, and I followed them. And even those people won't follow me back. It's like, man, what am I doing wrong here? Like, you would think, you would think these people would be like, oh, I know that dude. Nope. I gotta say, it is very discouraging sometimes being a content, and you guys know, most of you make content. It can be very discouraging at times. Because, you know, obviously everybody wants to do good. Especially like the time and energy that you put into trying to have a channel just by itself. Forget the pours, just having a channel in itself. It's a lot of time and energy and money involved in it. And the stickers and the swag, and if you don't do your own designs, all that stuff costs money, and people just don't really think about that kind of stuff unless they're doing it. But the people that do it, like, you get it. It can be hard sometimes. But I'm not sitting here trying to like whine or anything. I already feel kind of like a douche for even talking about this stuff. But like I said, I'm always going to be honest. But yeah, I really don't want to talk about that anymore. I love you guys. I mean, that's not what this is ever going to be about. I truly appreciate everybody. Any kind of support I get. The fact that 9 of you are here right now means the world to me. So, thank you for that. Oh, I know. B. Taylor, I definitely do fine work. I'm not going to be someone that's going to say I don't do nice work, because I know I do. The problem is finding people that want to pay up for that work. That's what's hard about it. It's just, it's a hard thing to break into. There's so many, especially now, there's a lot of new people getting into it. And um, I know a lot of people that are out there, they're trying to support everybody, and it's hard to support everybody that you like. So like, I get it, man. I wish I could support people. I can't really get out there and buy anybody's pores. So I really can't say too much about that. Um, I wish I could. I used to, but yeah, man, life changes and times get tough, and that's just kind of where I've been the past couple of years. Slowly but surely, we're getting out of that, but it's hard at times. But I'm gonna keep pouring no matter what. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna stop pouring. That's not gonna happen. It's just that instead of doing an auction once a month, it's probably gonna be once every 3 months. I'll probably do an auction every quarter, and it's not gonna be my stack because I'm not gonna need to sell my stack anymore. It's gonna be my pours. I'm gonna put them up for what I know they're worth, and if they don't sell, they don't sell. Because a lot of times I put things up. I mean, I have put so many things up for $35 an ounce on sandcasts. $35 an ounce on a sandcast. I mean, there's no sandcast that doesn't take me longer than at least 2 hours to pour, right? So, just basically giving the stuff away sometimes. And even those sometimes will get passed. So it's like, man, I want to do what I do, but it's tough. It's tough. And then you got to think about the whole thing where it comes to 3D prints. If you're going to buy a 3D print from somebody, if you're going to try to make your own 3D print, the time you're going to have involved into the print that you're going to copy, or if you buy something somewhere, which I've done both. I've printed my own things, I've bought other people's prints, and I've found stuff just out in the wild that I like, and I'll buy it to make a copy of it. But that's a whole added cost into it that most people don't even think about. Yeah. Spokane, that's where I've been at for the past year. Ever since I've come back to YouTube, I haven't really been able to. I think that might be a little bit of my downfall too. I think that maybe people kind of think because I'm not supporting them, they don't want to support me. And it's just because I can't. It's not that I don't want to. Even finding time to watch videos is hard. And I know how people think because sometimes I think the same way, but I also talk myself out of it all the time. I see things that happen in the community, and I'm like, dang, why can't that happen for me? You know? But then immediately I think, no, I'm happy for that person. And I don't let myself like think about that kind of stuff in that way. You know, I mean, I might have a thought at first and I immediately get out of that because that's not who I am anymore. And I don't want to let myself ever be in that spot. So I get out of that kind of frame of mind and thinking. But it's hard sometimes, man. Especially when you see like new channels that pop up that are not doing anything specific and you know damn well they bought their subscribers. I've seen it happen so many times. There are so many people right now that I know that started like a year ago. They've got like 20,000 subscribers, but they get 12 views and 7 comments. I'm pretty sure you bought your subscribers, buddy. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's on you. I swore that I would never do that. I tell you guys, watching me, whatever you're watching, is going to be organic from now until the end of time, or I won't do it anymore. I will not buy subscribers. It's just never going to be a thing I'll do. And I'm always just going to be honest and tell it like it is. Yeah, bot subs, man. I'm telling you, they're out there. And YouTube is starting to learn about that kind of stuff too. I feel like you guys are like looking at. That's not fun. Hold on. I don't have any more quarters. I went through them. Let's look at something a little bit more fun. Here's a couple pours at least. So that's the pours I have left. 4, 5, 6, 8, and then this one here. But it's hard to. It's hard trying to find things that people are going to want. Like this piece. This got passed up last time. I thought, well, it says United States, 1776. That'll definitely be something that somebody wants. But nobody wanted it. Now, I usually don't have. I have these 5 that were passed up last time. Usually by the next auction, those get bought. So it's not like I've ever had to hold on to thing. Well, there's a couple, but I've never had to hold on to multiple pieces for like months or anything. You know, usually by the next auction things sell. So that's good. But I also put everything up for like the minimum price I could possibly take for them. And a lot of times that's what they sell for. So it's just hard, man. It's a hard thing to break into. I wish I was Silver Dragons. This dude, so nothing against what he's doing. I wish I could do what he's doing. I commend the guy. But he's not even doing sand casts. He's just pouring into graphite molds and having people pay 3 times what an ounce of silver is. So it's hard when you don't have all those followers to begin with and then decide to pour to really make it something where people really want to just like go crazy for your stuff. I try to let the work speak for itself and hope that that will take it somewhere. But even that's hard. Here, why don't we add a couple little sand casts in there? That's what I've been working on recently. Got the regular turtles and the flying turtle. Flying turtle was the leaving the sprue on it so it stands up. Both of those are sold. Whether he ever gets them is, I guess we'll figure that out at some point. I've been trying, like, just don't call me back, so I don't know. I'm not gonna mention names. But anyway, that's some pieces I have sitting around. Got this one. That's the Tool. Tool is my favorite band. But that's it, man. When it comes to pours, I poured I've been pouring for 4 years. I have sold every single pour that I've ever done except for my first and my second, silver and copper. Everything else is out in the community. It's all out there. I didn't hold on to any of it. And there is quite a few pieces I wish I had held on to. But you know, when you're trying to start something, and you're trying to like make it a business, and you're putting like 100% into it, it's like, man, I'll let it go. I don't need to have that. And the bad part about it is I am such a collector. I guarantee you, if I didn't need the money, I probably wouldn't have sold even a quarter of my pores, to be honest. Because I've had some really nice ones. Yeah, man. Circumstances. It happens to all of us. That's why we stack. That's why we collect. That's why we stack. You know, back before, I couldn't save $5. If I had $5, you best believe I was going to have me a nice little lunch. I was going to buy a snack. I was going to, who knows what I was going to buy. But if I had an extra $5, I was going to buy something. My check was gone no matter how much money I made. And I'd been broke making money, and I've been having a good job making money, getting paid good, and still never had any money. The more you make, the more you spend, period. That's just how it is. But I couldn't save $5 if my life depended on it. And then I got into stacking. Because before I started stacking, what I would do is collect hockey memorabilia. I was a Washington Capitals fan, and I always used to collect hockey memorabilia. I had season tickets, so I could go to the arena a lot of times and do a silent auction. So I would go to the silent auction. I would write a bid on everything, like a minimum bid on everything, and then every now and again they would call me and say, "Hey, you won," because nobody else would bid. I'm like, "All right." So I won probably 7 or 8 different pieces that way, and I got a puck right now that I got that Alice Ovechkin scored with that I paid about $150 for. That's probably worth 5 grand because now he's the all-time leading goal scorer. Of course, this was 15, well, probably 13 years ago when I bought that puck, so it's been a while. But yeah, I was thinking about letting go of that thing because the longer you wait with that sort of stuff, because he just broke Wayne Gretzky's record, now is really the time to sell it. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to be to get rid of it. But I was thinking about it. '54S, '54S. I'm trying to find something real quick here. 64D. You guys know I'm always trying to do a little bit of a. Oh, you know, if I turn this, you guys know I love giving shit away, so we're gonna do it again. Stuff away. I'm trying not to cuss in my old age. I'm trying to be a little bit better with that. I need to go do something for a second before I piss in my pants. So we're going to do a giveaway. And what else will we give away except for silver? Because that's how I roll. I truly do appreciate you guys, man. The fact that there's even 6 of you sitting here right now really does mean the world to me. You know, I was watching a video the other day and somebody was talking about how, I think it was a short, and it was somebody's sound that they used, I guess, but he was saying, you know, I had 1 subscriber. You might have seen it. I had 1 subscriber, and that person just gave me the energy to want to just keep making videos every day. So that one person just kept me going. So I always try to look at it as that. It's not about quantity. It's about the quality of people that we have here. And the people that show up for me time and time again are quality people. And you guys have to know that I appreciate it. Even though I talk about how things are hard sometimes, I don't mean that in a way where I feel like I'm talking to friends. You know what I mean? don't feel like I'm trying to like bitch and complain about anything, because that's not what it's about. I truly do feel like I'm talking to friends. So anyway, there's 5 of you that appreciate that. I'm gonna write a number down. We're gonna give this away. All right. All right. Here's a number. Somebody that's in here, if you're a moderator, can you pick a number 1 through 10? Because there's only 5 of you here. Pick a number 1 through 10. Write that down for me. Say 1 through 10. Pick a number 1 through 10. Go, and I'll be right back. All right. Thank you, Spoke. Somebody hit stop. No, it didn't freeze. I had to run out. Anytime I do a giveaway, I'm taking a smoke break. That's what happens. I'll be honest. It's windy as hell outside, too. I don't know where that came from. I got all these quarters everywhere. I could probably type it in myself. Let me get into the chat. What the hell? Why can't I? Why is it so big? I can't even write anything. Anyway, 7, put it in. Number 5. There's not even enough room for me to type a comment. What is going on here? And it looks like 7 was right on. There you go. Congrats, 7. Boom. All right, so I don't know if anybody's into this sort of thing, but I've got some cards here. Walking Dead. All 3 of these are the same, and then this one's a little bit different. I'm going to do some, I guess you would call it a box break. I might do that at some point. And then we got some 2021 metal. Of course, I'm a huge hockey fan, so that's kind of what I break. Then we got some Upper Deck 2020, 2021. If anybody's into that sort of thing, let me know. That stuff is always fun for me. Whenever you go through stuff, this right here, Beckett. Look how thick this book is. That's where you look up the prices, see what you got. Yeah, actually, I do. I'm going to move this. So, yeah, those are the pours. This is the only one that's actually up for grabs still, that turtle. I think I'm going to antique it like that one. That one sold and that one sold. And then I got these 4 channel rounds, 1/2 ounce. And then that thing, which was 2.33 ounces. It's kind of a heavy one. And then we still got all this stuff laying around. Bunch of proof quarters, silver quarters. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I got a bunch of copper too. Some of that stuff. So the next auction will have a little bit of that stuff in it. By the way, I got to post a video of this this tripod I got, man. This tripod is freaking awesome. It was like it was under 35 bucks. What a deal. I'm going to show you something else I might have in the next auction. I want to know what you guys think of this. Oh man, somebody was asking me about a bicentennial $50, and I totally forgot I had this. Look at that. That's the case with the $50, the quarter, and the dollar proofs. So the one I showed earlier wasn't a proof, it wasn't silver. This one's actually silver. But it's kind of rare that you find it in the original packaging. I wish it had the actual box that this went into. I just have the styrofoam. But all three of those coins go in here. And usually that's how you find it, in this. So it is kind of cool that it's never been put in there. So I might put this up in the next auction. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I love this quarter, so it's kind of not a piece that I want to let go of. But I do have another quarter now in the bicentennial proof. I showed that earlier. I got quite a few 1960s too. But I actually found a bunch of them. But anyway, I don't know if that person's still here. But check this out. This is something that I guarantee most of you have not seen. Does anybody know what the silver story is? Taylor took my 7, thank you. Dang. Everything happens for a reason, 7. There you go. So the silver story, check this out. This is not cheap. I haven't looked them up. I paid over $100 for this. And I haven't looked it up in 3 years because I bought this about 3 years ago. But I paid $105, I think, for it or something like that 3 years ago because I really love this. The story is amazing. The silver story, and it tells you all about silver and what was what. It has a brand new silver certificate, which, if you don't know, this is what you would trade in for an actual piece of silver. So they would give you the note, and this was a silver certificate that you would give them if you wanted to get this back later. So you would pay with these, use these for whatever, but, you know, I think I want my actual silver back. You would go cash it in for one of these. So this is actually a 1921 Morgan. It says 1878 to 1921, but what they put in it was a 1921. And then I have a 1922 peace dollar, which says 1921 to 1935. And then silver granules, because eventually it changed to where they wouldn't give you a silver dollar. They would give you silver granules for a certain amount of years. It was a couple of years. So I might make a video about this, reading that, the whole silver story. I did it once before. The problem is I'm dyslexic and I'm not the greatest at reading, so I screwed up so many times as I was reading it, and then I would try to read it over again, that editing became impossible because it was just so many edits I would have had to do. So I was going to remake it and just never got around to it. But this is something I picked up a long time ago that I really want to make a video about because I think it's cool. But yeah, it's the silver story. This This treasure album represents a look at the bygone era, a time when the average U.S. citizen could reach into his pocket and get a silver coin. He could open his wallet and find a bill redeemable in silver, or if he was fortunate enough to be way out west, it says way, like way out west, he could change a $5 bill and expect some silver dollars and change. And then it just kind of goes into the whole story about what it is. But I thought that was a pretty cool piece, man. That's definitely a piece of history right there. Now, granted, the bills or the dollars aren't in the greatest shape. The 1922 is okay. The Morgan's a little bit worn, but the silver certificate is immaculate. That thing looks like, I don't know if it's a 70, but it's got to be pretty dang close. But yeah, that's another thing that I bought back in the day that I really can't afford to hold on to. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, shall we unbox some cards and see what we can find? You never know. If nobody's into it, it's all good. I'll probably get off here. But we'll be back. I got a bunch of pennies I need to go through. We got some cent rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Probably about 30 rolls of cents that we can go through. Fire Strike, hello. How are you doing? B. Taylor says, let's go. You know, I've never opened these before. I kind of want to see what this is because I've never got a Metal Universe. And I got my book open to it. I saved it earlier just in case. The Beckett. Because with these packs, you usually get some kind of card that is kind of cool. But we'll do this real quick. It won't take long. I'm not going to read all the names because hockey players have the most ridiculous names to pronounce. And I'm kind of dyslexic, so I'm not going to put myself through that. But if you guys want to hang out, let's see what's in here. We got 5 packs. I've always had good luck with this sort of thing. I use scissors. My lighting is a little bit terrible in here. Sorry about that, guys. But I always see people break these with their hands, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Just cut them with scissors. Cut it like that. Cut down it, and boom, you can get into it. So sometimes you'll get autographs. Sometimes you'll get jerseys that'll be in the card. So when you first look into it, always look at the side. And if you get one that's really thick, you might have something good there. Patrick Kane, he's pretty good. Vander Kane. That's a rookie card there, so that's going to be worth a few bucks. Prospects, that's going to be worth a few bucks. Dang, there's a lot of cool stuff here. That's kind of a crazy card. Another rookie. I feel like most of these are pretty good. John Carlson, there we go. C-A-P-S, caps, caps, caps. You guys know I'm going to love me finding the caps. That is a cool color. That's got to be some kind of cool looking, hold on, I'm messing up here. Ooh. Net deposits. Patrick Kane, did we already get him? He's a good player, though, all-star. And then another rookie. You know, when I was looking these up earlier, I feel like a lot of them weren't necessarily... Yeah, there's a Patrick Kane right there. We got one in white and one not. But it does say all-star. We'll see what these are worth. You never know. I'll put the good ones on one side and the other ones on another side. Let's see what happens. You definitely want to make sure that all of the cards are down on the bottom when you go to slice into them, because I've had that mishap before. That is no bueno. Zuccarello. Tuukka Rask. Jake Gensel. Tyler Seguin. All-star. That's going to be probably worth some money. Put that in that pile. That looks different. We'll put that over there too. That's another all-star. I think when I was looking these up in the book, though, most of them in the regular set, they were only worth about $10. Come on, let's find something really good. This thing is not working with me here. I don't like ripping them open because I'm not trying to mess up any of the corners just in case. Seth Jones, John Gibson, Andre Sveganov, Andre Sveganov. You see what I'm saying? Pico Rene, that's a good one. Any goalies usually are pretty nice. Usually worth at least $1 or $2. Yeah. I don't even remember this guy. Alexander Alexev? Oh, yeah, I do remember him now. I love finding Caps players. That's the second one. I mean, it does say all-star. We'll look them up. You never know. We're going to look these up and see if they're worth anything. I used to buy tons of hockey cards back in the day because before I could save money, before I started stacking, that was my way of saving for the future. Buying something that will be worth money that my daughter could sell later on down the road. So cards is only a portion of that. I got tons of memorabilia. I got an Alex Ovechkin. He scored the most goals. He just passed Wayne Gretzky for most goals. And I have a puck he scored with. I have another puck that he signed on both sides for me personally. And then 4 other pucks that are autographed. All that stuff is worth some money now. Sebastian Aho. Ao, I think that's how you pronounce it. Patrick Kane again. Rookies are always going to be worth probably usually $8 to $10. That's just kind of how it goes with rookies. Now, usually that's with Upper Deck, which these are not, but prospects. And another rookie. That's kind of rare. He almost looks kind of Chinese. You don't see that in hockey very often. That's pretty cool. I'm good, Fire Strike. All right, Spokane. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there, B. Taylor. Why don't we look at these? Let's see what this is. Let's see if we got anything decent. Where was I at with this? 2021 metal. What the hell? Metal Universe. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, dang, why do I not see it? 101. We're looking at $10. There you go. That's a $10 card. That's his rookie card. Prospects is going to be in a different place. See if we got a number. 133. Usually if it's a specialty card, it might have like an N33 or something like that. Let's look at 133. Oh, it's a rookie card. $5. So that's a $5 card. All-Star, let's see what that is. 152. $1.50. That's really not all that. We're going to put that on the side. I usually don't put anything into a hard case unless it's worth at least $2. Let's see what this one's all about. 83. $1.25. I had a feeling that was going to be about the same. This one would probably be the same. 78. $1.25. And then we got this one. It does say All-Star, but probably under $2. 153. $1.50. Let's check this one out. R42. You see how it's got the number R42. That's going to be something. That's a specialty card there. Where is the R42? Where you at? What the hell? I don't see. Oh, here it is. Oh. R42. $6. $6. So $10, $5, and $6. That's all I'm worried about. The other one's not so much. Let's see if this is anything. 184. $1.50. Nah. Patrick Kane, All-Star, 154. Probably not much. $2. That's a little bit better. We'll stick that there for now. $2. 134. 250. Okay, we're getting a little bit better. Prospects. I don't know what the hell this thing is. AL. We're gonna look for AL10. AL10, $3. Yeah, that's two people there. Okay, so $3. Got another rookie. 104. $3. Man, we sure haven't beat that first card yet. Another rookie here, though. Let's see. 103. $3. Let's go to this one. Because I don't think this is going to be all that. 99. I got 99 pounds, but, you know. $1.50. I'll throw that over on the other side. So, net deposits. Let's see what this is, because that could be cool. ND4. ND4. $50. Say what? Dude, there's a card that's worth $800 in here. ND4, that's $50. Hell yeah. I'm down with that. Net deposits. Nicholas Hoglander. Nicholas Hoglander. ND4. Man, I haven't found a $50 card in quite some time. I think this whole box cost me like $10. So, well, no, probably $20. Even though it was a little while ago. ND4, where'd it go? Yep, Nicholas Hoglander. Wait, what? ND4, hold on. I screwed up. We're $250. They had the same one, same number, but one's an autograph. I don't see an autograph one here. Damn it. And it's $250. I got all excited for no reason. Well, what are you gonna do? Prospectors. PP40. Let's see what's up with that. PP40. $15. There we go. There we go. This one's $15. Jonas Johansson. $15. Man, I was all excited when I found that one for $50. Penguins. This could be good. I don't remember this guy though. But I didn't watch hockey for a year or two because my best friend, me and him had season tickets, and he passed away, and I didn't even want to watch anymore. So this year, I got into it a little bit last year, and then back into it this year. So I don't know what happened over the past couple of years, so you never know. PP24. $15. So that's cool. Both of these are $15. The prospects. Nothing wrong with that. And this is a newer book too. This isn't from that year. This book is the 33rd edition from 2024. So that's not bad when you think about cards, right? Now, obviously, you're only going to be able to get like half of what they say these are worth. But these two right here, that's 15 and 15. I should have looked up my Caps players. What I say, 250. So 32, 35, 38. We'll just say 40. I'm not sure what these were. 45. There's one that was about 5. We'll just forget that one. One of these, that was 10. So I spent about $20 on these. Just the nice cards that I pulled out separately are worth, you know, a decent amount. I mean, I think it's worth buying the pack. Now, granted, when you're going to sell them, you probably got to cut that in half anyway, so I guess there is that. But for me, it's something fun to do. I love looking stuff up. And you never know, because you will pull that one out. That will be worth $800. I'll show you right here. This is what we were looking at. Down here. If we had got that card, that's $600. I think it's worth it because you'll probably be able to make your money back. If I mean, then again, you got to find people that are willing to buy this stuff. You got to get a store to go to. You got to sell it online. It could be a pain in the butt. So, really, personally, if I'm not finding any like really good cards, I'm probably not going to do anything with it and just hold on to it forever. But I am kind of curious what this Carlson is worth because you know I love my caps. Oh, and this is a rookie card too. The caps that we found, and I do love me some caps. So let's see what this is. 102. 250. That's always a keeper. John Carlson is the assistant captain, so probably our best defenseman. 74. $1. Wow, wow. It's all good. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it worth buying cards? I probably spent $20 on the pack. I got all those cards. I also got a whole stack of commons, probably. I haven't looked them up yet. Got a stack of commons too. Some that I thought were worth a few bucks that were only worth like $1.25. One or two might have been $2. Both of these were 10, I think. So that was cool. No, 15. Both of these were 15. There was another one worth 10. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool to collect this sort of thing. Especially if you stick them in sleeves and just put them aside for 10, 20 years. Who knows? Rhonda, what is going on? Been 50 cents. Why did I not get a call, Caps? What do you mean? Are you talking to me? Did you not get a call from me? Or are you saying, why did I not get a call from the Caps? I mean, are you playing? You playing hockey, girl? Share it out and ask for the missing people to come hang out and chat. Rhonda, I don't know what it is, man. People just don't want to come hang out with me no more. It's all good. We got 8 people here. You guys are the ones that matter. Yeah, I think it's all right. You think not bad? Now get the sleeves. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta buy some sleeves, man. I've used up a lot of sleeves. I didn't get a message either. You don't want me saying. What did you send me a message? If you sent me a message, I didn't see it. If that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I know. I haven't been on the past 2 Thursdays. I've been working and, you know, kind of discouraged a little bit too. I'm not going to lie. It is what it is. But today I just wanted to get on. I feel like it's, you know, I haven't been on in 2 weeks and I felt kind of like that's not the right thing to do. So I wanted to pop on and hang out a little while, no matter what it is I'm doing. We were looking up some quarters and stuff like that. Well, not looking them up. I was going through, got all these here. I was flipping them. And then we changed gears. I kind of want to do this other pack now. If we're going to hang out. I'm going to do this, and then I got to get off here. See, this is my specialty. I love Upper Deck. Upper Deck is my thing. Those metal cards were kind of a little bit out of my realm. But the Upper Decks. Ooh, we even got a big card right off the bat. That's pretty cool. That doesn't always happen, I don't think. Young Guns rookie card, too. And it's a big one. I feel like I'd probably have to look this up on my... it's an oversized card, so I might have to look that up in the... on my phone, which I can't do right now. I did open up the Beckett, just in case I did end up looking at these. I can see if it's got the large, but the number's the same, so 485. I don't remember what the difference is on those. Let's look up 485 and see what that's worth. 485 is a rookie card that's worth $8. So the regular card's worth $8. This one might be worth a little bit more because it's big. I don't know. You got Upper Deck clear cut. That's not it. Exclusive. French. Street clothes. Tribute. Tribute. Rookie tribute. Upper Deck box filler. Canvas. The canvas are always nice. Those are cool. We might find one or two of those. I'm not going to search through this whole thing. But it's worth $8 on the regular card, and this is an oversized card. You can tell the difference. That's quite the difference there. So that's pretty cool. And we got 6 packs of these. So we're going to open these up, see what we can find, and then we will probably end the stream. And then I'll see you guys on Thursday. No matter what else happens between now and then, we'll be doing Thursday Pour Day on Thursday. I'd like to find either an autograph or something with a jersey in it. I haven't found one of those in a while. I have probably 12 jersey cards, though. So they are out there. You can find them. Canvas. That's going to be worth some money. I mean, not like a lot of money, but it'll be worth extra. All the canvas are always good. Dustin Brown. He's not that great, but I like his name. Dang, no rookie. Oh, well, we did get a canvas. So that's probably going to be a good one. Let's look it up. C163. Let's see what we got on the canvas. C163. Ah! $1.25. Boo! Boo! You suck. Still, the canvas cards are cool. All right. It's funny in hockey. I don't know if it's kind of more of a Caps thing, because being at the games, I've heard it said a million times, but when the refs do either a bad call or they don't call something, the whole stadium goes, "Refs, you suck! Refs, you suck!" And it is the funniest thing. I've participated many a time. Because the refs really do suck. I mean, it's it's bad, just like any other sport. But anyway. Capitals. Jacob Vrana. Jacob Vrana. We're going to definitely put that to the side. These are sticking together a little bit. Jonathan Quick, he's pretty good. Man, we're not getting a whole lot, though. There was no specialty cards there. A lot of times, at least, you'll get a a rookie or something. 441. Let's see if he's worth anything. Probably not. He's not the greatest player in the world. 441, 441. 75 cents. Yeah, he's not so good. But he's a Caps player. And you guys know I love me some Caps. I've had these things, some of these for a couple of years, so they're kind of like all sticky. They're sticking together. I guess I could probably zoom a little bit, huh? Seth Jones. Marquee rookie. I like that. But not a whole lot of specialty cards at all. New Jersey. 615. Oh, that's a specialty. We gotta look that up. Marquee rookie. We gotta find the marquee rookies. It's not in the regular ones. Where are you at, marquee rookie? It doesn't even look like an upper deck. Canvas. Puck drop. Usually those kind of cards have like a different number, but it doesn't. Upper deck dazzlers. Upper deck. Not any of this stuff. Marquee rookie. What the hell? Upper deck top shelf rookie. Upper deck 21, 22. What the hell? I don't even see anything. All the rest of them have letters in front. That's weird. 615 is not, it's not even him, it's not his card, it's a different 2021 upper deck. That's it. 615. Dylan Gambrel. That's Gillis Sen. What the? Oh, that's OPG. Why is there an OPG in an upper deck? What the fuck? Don't say that word. Is going on? Why is there an OPG card in an upper deck pack? Did anybody else notice that? What the fuck? That's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. I've never had that happen. It's OPG. It even says OPG down here. That's a whole different animal. Well, now we got to look that up. That's freaking weird. Why would that be in there? And it's just a regular marquee rookie. What the? This thing better be worth $1 million because I'm about to be aggravated here. That is so weird. Now we got to go through this big-ass book and find OPG. Bear with me for a second. I kind of want to know now. Oop. OPC. Oh, it's not stickers. OPG 2021 OPG. Here we go. 615. That actually didn't take me as long as I thought it would. It only goes up to 600. What do you know? What the? 2021 OPG. Let's look for marquee rookies. It doesn't even... What is going on? You know, listen, I'm not the smartest man in the world by any means. But what the hell is happening right now? Because OPG 2020-2021 ends at 600. That says 615. If you look up marquee rookie, OPG, there is no marquee rookie. It doesn't, the numbers don't even go up that high. Hold on. What is this? 615 is not Gillis. Yeah, I don't know what is happening. Because then it goes to patches and 2021, 2022, 2022, 2023. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Maybe it's an error that just totally got stripped into that. I do not get it. It says 2020, 2021. That's some, that's what they call in the hockey world some bull stuff. I don't know what the hell just happened. That is so weird. It ain't there. Not under Upper Deck or OPG. And why the hell's there OPG in an Upper Deck pack anyway? Somebody, if you know, help me understand. This pack seems kind of thick. Man, all those cool cards we got. Oh, Young Guns rookie card. That's what we're looking for. It's about time. That's what we're talking about. Ian Mitchell. $4.58. $6 on a rookie card. So this one is $6. Nothing crazy. Come on, give me something good. We gotta show the people something good. Come on, Upper Deck. Upper Deck usually doesn't fail me, but I don't know about this pack. Uh-oh. That looks cool. And some of those regular cards might be worth $1 or two too, but the Dazzlers, like that's something that we want to look for. DZ53. Let's see what's up with that. DZ53. DZ. For real? Victor, $1? Lame. Come on. I mean, why even make it a Dazzler if it's going to be $1? You know what I'm saying? I mean, some of these rookie cards are worth like 60, 10, 30, 25, 10, 15, 30, 125. Grill. K-I-R-I-L-L. Kirill. Kapariv. Young Gun rookie card. That's 125 bucks if we find that. That'd be nice. It's the last pack, though. Dude, another OPG. Shit that I can't even look up. Because it's nowhere to be found. I don't get it. Marquee rookie. I don't get why they would insert an OPG into an upper deck. That is so freaking weird. 631. This one was 615. Like, I don't even know where to look it up at. I don't see it in OPG or upper deck. So that is a strange one. But anyway, that's what we found. $15 is good. Yeah, there's some good, decent ones. We got a couple of decent ones. A couple for 15, one for 10. I feel like that other pack was way better than this pack. You know what I mean? Half of them were good. Now, don't forget, we did get this. That's an $8 card on the regular version, which this one's way bigger than, obviously, the other one. So it's probably still worth the same, though, to be honest. I mean, what were we, like, close to 70 bucks on the other one? This one is, like, not even 20? And then these weird-ass things here? What the hell? And a whole stack of crap that is probably nothing. A few of them might be worth $1, but if it's not a rookie, usually it's not going to be something that is worth much extra. Here, we'll go through a couple. 284. 60 cent. 338. We'll do a goalie. 75 cent. 300. 60 cent. Most of these are just commons for the most part. 274. 60 cent. 390. I'm just randomly looking through some of these. 75 cent. Oh, 301. I think that was a number that I saw that was $2. So this one is worth $2. Sidney Crosby's worth $3. Whole lot of nothing in this pack for the most part, though. Anyway, that's what it's like, man. It's like playing the lottery. Sometimes you get cool stuff. Sometimes you get a bunch of crap. Yeah, the big card, I think, yeah, I don't think anything was worth more than $8, right? Not on these. I can't believe that Dazzlers was only $1. Why even make it a Dazzlers at that point if it's only going to be worth $1? A lot of regular cards are worth $1. You know what I mean? Young Guns, these are usually worth, you know, I used to say about $5 or about $8 to $10 usually. on Young Gun rookie cards. This I pulled aside because it's caps. And then this was a canvas. And I think that was 5. So what was this? 8, 5, 8. Like $1. Maybe. And another $1. See, not a whole lot. This was $2. But these I don't even know what those are. It's so strange that there's OPGs in there. I feel like maybe I did come across that before, but I don't know why I can't find it in the book. Like I tried going to OPG and looking under Marquee Rookie. I didn't see anything. Or just OPG, they only go up to 600. So this 631 and 6, whatever that was not was no bueno. Didn't get a message either. You don't want me saying. Did you text me, Rhonda? Is that what happened? I haven't really been on my phone today. So if that's what you're talking about, I'll check it when I get off here. Yeah, good chill action. Appreciate you, B. Would have known. Yeah, I just read that earlier. I was thinking about calling you and seeing about doing panel. What, tonight? Upper deck you. I found several. As high as 50. I show up and you leave, not doing 8-hour stream. Yeah, not tonight. Listen, Rhonda, I'm not doing 8 hours no more. I don't care. I'll be broke. I'm not doing it. I like to keep going. You know, if I got people hanging out, for me, it's about having a good time. And I like to keep going if people are there. Even if I'm not selling much. It's just a good time for me. But 8 hours is too long. The last one I did for almost 9 hours. And I swore I wasn't going to go that long. And did it again. Now, if we start to get 30, 40 people hanging out with us, maybe. But I can't seem to pull even the same amount of people I had in my first live stream. So, I don't know. It is what it is. We'll either get there or we won't, right? Gotta drain water of mac and cheese. I got you. We can hang here. I can cry in your ear. What's going on? Everything okay? I hope all is well. I'm gonna move all these quarters out the way. So we did come across a pretty good amount of quarters that are errors. And I think in the next auction, I might put a couple of these up. I'm gonna do some research and see what they go for, but maybe a few of these will start buck and go and see what happens. But I think I'm gonna. Whoa. I'll lift you guys up here. I'm kind of tired of sitting. I gotta get off here soon, but I know she's probably like, "What are you doing?" My daughter went to go skate.
at a friend's house tonight, so I didn't even realize how late it was already. Holy crap. I got this Red Book. So this is the new 2026 Red Book. Pretty cool. If anybody's curious about what anything's going for, let me know real quick. I'll look one or two things up, and that's about it. How about a quarter? Let's look up the quarter. 1976. Actually, let's look up the W's before we even get there. Let's see what a W's going for. Curious about that. This is not the easiest thing to get through the pages. What the hell? How'd it go from 14? Come on. Where's the 20s and 19s? Oh, I was going to say, I thought I was missing the page. There's no W's here. Oh, proof strikes. Never mind. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. I am not the smartest man in the world. There we go. W. What? Oh, hell no. I've been selling stuff way too cheap. Hell no. $2020 W Weir Farm. Let's see what that's going for. That's a W. That is in immaculate shape. This is probably... Let me look under something a little bit closer. Where's my... It's a 6D something. I'd say this is probably a 65. Yeah, this is probably a 65 at least. So 2020 W Weir Farm. W Weir Farm. 2020 W Weir Farm. $22. Okay, well that's not as bad as I thought. But $100 in a 67. I mean, I'm not great at grading, so who knows? I don't think it's a 67, but I saw this one up here. I was like, damn. The Frank Church River, the River of No Return, $405 for an MS67. $47 for a 65. I mean, it's a hell of a difference, but it's really hard to find a 67 because all these were in circulation, so that's the only way to really find them. But like this one right here, 65 is 110. San Antonio Mission. American Memorial Park. That's the ones that's the first two I found, actually. I wonder if I have those over here. Hold on, bear with me for a second. I used to have those sitting over here somewhere. You know, I think those might have ended back. Those might have ended up back in my book, but or not a book, but a case. Yeah, I don't see them anywhere. But that was the first ones I found. American Memorial Park. I got a bunch of errors too. With I think it's the P's, the Philadelphias. So it's not a W, but there's a bunch of errors with the Philly. The Philly ones, 80 cents to $16 at an MS67, just for the regulars. 142 million, whereas the W's only have 2 million. Anyway, what were we doing? We were going to go through and look at... I'm going to see what the 1976s are going for. Gonna party like it's 1999. I don't know why it doesn't have S's on here. It's like they're putting, I think they changed the book a little bit. Like the S's aren't really with the regular ones anymore. It's like in a different section, I think. Oh, the bicentennial. There's only 4 million of those. Nickel clad, there was 7 million, but the silver clad, there was only 4 million of those minted. I mean, a proof 65 is still only worth $8, but proof 67 is like $11. I may make my money back on that one. Wherever that is. I paid too much, man. I paid like $12.50, almost, probably closer to $13 each for these proof silver quarters I got, like a retard. Excuse my language, but yeah, that was a bad day. Anyway, so I got that book. Then we got Lincoln Cents. So this has a bunch of error type stuff in it. I haven't read this at all yet, so this is something I'm going to be checking out. If you guys want me to possibly make a video or two about this sort of thing, we can do that. Either about the book or about what's in the book or what's cool to find. I like doing series on stuff like this, like some kind of series about the book, but I have a feeling copyright strikes will be involved in that. So I don't know. Like the whole Strike It Rich book, which tells you about errors and all that, which is all errors. So you got the quarters, dollars, you know, like it's got all that stuff in it, but it's called Making the Grade. But yeah, I didn't go through that because I didn't want to deal with any kind of copyright strikes. Then this is a good one here, Cherry Picker's Guide. I've heard about this from multiple people. This is the book to have. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff you can find online as well, but this is supposedly the must-have if you're looking for errors and stuff like that. So, like I said, I haven't looked in these yet, so I don't know what's up here. But they do. Looks like it gives you prices on things with whatever grade. So that's kind of cool. I feel like the pages are kind of thin on this, that these are probably going to rip easy. So there is that. But there's a lot in this thing. And it's pretty much the whole thing is filled with pictures of whatever thing you're looking for. But yeah, definitely something you want to be careful with. And then we got U.S. Error Coin Bible. 2025 edition. Now, when I got this, I was a little bit kind of like, I don't know about it because, as you can see, it's just words. How do you not have pictures for me? I cannot live life reading a book with no pictures. Not when it comes to errors. You're not giving me anything to go off of here. This might be in my next auction. But anyway, that's some books I got recently that, to be honest, I wasn't planning on getting. I got an Amazon credit card, right? And I was trying to figure out how to get not the card to go. I was trying to find out how the card would go through. But I just did like the regular kind of stuff that you go into to check out. Well, all of a sudden, I already checked out. And apparently, I used the credit card, which I wasn't even trying to do. I was trying to see if I could use the credit card. But I think they do that on purpose. Like, they took something out. There was an extra step I used to have to do. And this time, I didn't have to do it. I automatically bought this stuff and it automatically went to the credit card. And it's like $200. I'm like, that is not what I was trying to do. I was only trying to see how to do it. I wasn't planning on buying these books. And the good thing about Amazon is you can send us stuff back if you want to, but I mean, obviously, the red book I'd like to have, 2026. I would like to read this whole Lincoln Cent thing. And the Cherry Picker's Guide is good. The only one I'm not that impressed about is the Error Bible thing, but I'm sure it's still good to have. It might be worth a read. But anyway, maybe next time we'll open up some of these Walking Dead cards. I got 4 of the one and 1 of the other season. This is season 3, part 1. And this is season 4, part 1. I got a bunch of those I put in flips too. But yeah, man, where is everybody? You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole live streaming thing it's hard. There's so many people that say they're going to support you, but they never show up. And it's like, I've bent over backwards for some of these people, and they don't show up. And it's very disheartening. Discouraging, maybe I should say. And I'm not trying to be like that. I'm not trying to be that dude, but come on. And not to say I don't appreciate the people that are here. B. Taylor, man, thank you. I'm definitely glad that you found me a while ago because you've been here every time, and I really appreciate that. Rhonda's always amazing. What's not to say about Rhonda? Dark Swizzle, what's going on? You have that one cookbook we aren't supposed to talk about? No, I don't have that one. Not anymore. Maybe in my past, but I don't have that one anymore. Either way, we probably shouldn't talk about it. But anyway, to talk about the pouring, I pour silver. If anybody's here that doesn't know, that's what I do. That's some pours right there. 3 turtles. It's so hard to make this one that I had to pour it twice to get to that. Just to be able to leave the sprue one. The turtle looks amazing, but the bottom part kept messing up. And somebody wanted to have the sprue on it, so it was the flying turtle. So this is a regular turtle, and then this is the flying turtle because it stands up. People that play cards like to use it. That sort of thing. This one is antique. This one is not. That's what something looks like when I antique it. It says 3 9s right there. Number 1 and CC. This one I still have to. He might not get that. He still hasn't paid for it yet, so I don't know what's going on. He won't call me. I don't know what's happened. I'm getting really tired of having to track people down all the time too. It's really kind of getting old. And then those people don't even show up for you when you do go live. It's like, man, is it really too much to ask for people to just be decent? You know what I mean? Anyway, I digress. Like I said, I'm always going to be honest. I don't care if it makes me look a certain way. It is what it is. But there's some really cool purples and greens and stuff in this. So this is a 1/2 ounce. So number 6, we got number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 8. Reckless was doing live pours. Cool. Yeah, just forget I said that. I'm not trying to be that guy. It's just hard. When you put a lot of time and energy and you try to to do something and you just can't seem to get the people to show up for you, it's like, how much longer can I really keep doing this? And it's not that I don't want to, I want to, but that stuff's always in the back of your mind. At the same time, I always push it away and I'm like, whatever, I'm going to do what I'm going to do because I love to do it, right? But you want the people to be there for you. Anyway, this is the last time I'm talking about this sort of thing because I already feel like I'm kind of probably turning people off. And that's not what I'm trying to do at all. But anyway, I will be live Thursday pouring. So we'll be getting into that. And then I'll have another auction, at least one more. But then I'm going to be probably doing some HVAC. And once that gets going steady, I don't know how much time I'm going to have to pour. So everything's kind of working itself out in a certain way anyhow. But yeah, I love you guys, man. Like I really do love coming on here and hanging out and shooting the shit sometimes and just kind of getting into weird things sometimes like we did tonight and coin roll hunting, pouring. Usually when I go live, I'm pouring. But I took a little bit of a break for that for a little while. But next Thursday, I'll be live. I've missed the past 2 Thursdays. So unless I got a job on Thursday. But if I don't have a job Thursday, I'll be pouring and we'll figure something out. I'm also kind of running out of things to do. Like I've got a lot of stuff that I poured. And my 3D printer is a piece of crap, and I'm kind of having issues with that. So that's a whole nother aspect of things that's kind of throwing me off a little bit. But I'm trying to get that going again. And then I've got a couple people that are thinking about maybe doing some stuff for me. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get some new stuff. Because I feel like, I mean, most of the things that I put out are prototypes or number ones. I mean, I've put out probably 400 ounces of silver, and most of it is prototypes and number ones. Like the praying hands, obviously that one the praying hands will be a number 10 soon. And then rounds, things like these rounds, I've got up to 10 to 15. But for the most part, other than that, all the other things I've only done a few of, but I'm so indecisive on trying to figure out like what the hell people want. And I always ask in the stream, I'll show people like a bunch of things that I have that I can do. Like, what do you think about this? What about that? Is anybody interested in this? And nobody ever really seems to say, yes, that's what I want, pour one. So I kind of leave it up to myself, and I'm always just like so indecisive. I wish somebody would just be like, yes, I want this, 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 and this, and then I'll pour it. But other than this turtle here, that's kind of the only one that has happened like that recently. But it's all good. At some point in 20 years, it'll all be great. I'll look back on this like, man, it was such a slow start, but man, we really got it going on. OC, what is going on? There's your turtles. You do still want them, right? I was just about to end this. Give me a call when you get a chance. Probably tomorrow. It's a little late now. But trying to figure out when you want me to ship that flying turtle out to you and then the other stuff. B. Taylor said, Rhonda, what did B. Taylor say? And you're vertical live. So I have to keep you on. Huh? Rhonda? That's special, he says. Rhonda, some people, I guess it's if you're on a computer, everybody wants it to be the other way, horizontal. But, yeah.
I go vertical because I can actually read the comments. But I just figured out YouTube just changed it. So if I do go vertical, I can, or if I do go horizontal, you can actually scroll through the comments now, which you couldn't do before. So that's cool. Most people do not like vertical. I think if you're on a phone, most people like vertical if you're on a phone. I think it's when you're on like a, excuse me, when you're on a computer or a tablet or something like that, it gets a little weird. Because I'm looking at it on my computer now, like, yeah, that's kind of weird. But so you're saying you don't want it to be called tonight? If not free, it's cool. Man, what time is it? Yeah, it's probably almost 11. I just need to see what's up. I haven't talked to her and since she's been home, so I just want to see what's going on. Maybe tomorrow. Or later. Yeah, probably tomorrow. I can talk, Rhonda. Yes, U.S. Bank shut all of my accounts down this week. 29 years for no reason. Dang. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Graydon, hello. I'll call you, Rhonda. But anyway, so you can see, this is the one from the auction 2 weeks ago. That was the number one. And then this I ended up finally getting done. I had to make the sprue bigger because every time I tried to do it with the smaller sprue, it would not fill out. It kept down here cracking. Not cracking, but being smaller than the rest of it. So I had to keep redoing it, and I got tired of redoing it. After 3 times, I said, that's it. We're just going to make it thicker. So it weighs 2.9, which is actually 2.8 is what I thought it was going to be. This is like 2.94, I think. So it's heavier. And then this was one I got in between of trying to get that. And the rest of it was so good, I couldn't let it go. So I ended up cutting the sprue off. I still got to file that down a little bit and then stamp it, but that's another regular turtle. This is the number 2. So that's the number 1 turtle, and then that is the number 2 flying turtle, and then this is the number 2. Yeah, you paid for the flying turtle, OC. That's why I was calling you the other day, so that I wanted to see what was going on, because I wanted to tell you I finally finished it. It took me 3 tries, but I finally finished it, and I was trying to let you know that, but you never called me back, so I was curious what was up. And I know you're busy, so I hadn't bugged you about it. I'm not going to sit there and call you every day. I know you're busy. You got a lot going on, so I just figured whenever you got around to it, you'd give me a call. It's not going anywhere. It's not like I'm going to sell it underneath of you. You know what I mean? Especially that one. But yeah, there's still everything. I mean, I still got to get with you about the last auction though, with the other one. That's awesome, Graydon. Man, I wish I could get some $50. I can't even pay my bank to give me $50. It's ridiculous. Don't use Bank of America. OC, what do you use? Do you use Bank of America? Because if so, we both need to quit them. They suck. They just won't. I don't know. I guess it's because I don't have a business account, but they'll give me like, I'll go in and say, hey, let me get $100 in $1 bills. Let me get $500 in $10 bills. Because I just did that. $700 in $10 bills, to do a bill search. I can go in and say, hey, can I get $200 in quarters? But I can't say, give me a box of quarters. They won't do it. They don't have boxes. So if I say, can I order a box of half dollars? They won't do it. They might give me like a roll of half dollars if they have it. But so many times I ask, they never have it. So I just don't even ask anymore. It's kind of ridiculous. But they won't even let me order them. But, I'm just a Joe Schmo with a regular account. I don't have like a business account with them, so I don't know if that's why. But there's I'm in Maryland. There's a bank called Truist, and I feel like they kind of care about the customer a little bit more. Bank of America is just kind of corporate too much for me. So I'm thinking I'm going to maybe just end dealing with them altogether. Because I used to get direct deposit through them, which I don't get anymore. So at this point, why am I even with you? And they keep charging me for a savings account. They charge me for my bank account. When I first started, I didn't pay anything to have an account with them. And I know I could probably go to Truist and get it, or even what's it? I keep thinking BMT, BB&T. BB&T will probably do it for free too, or at least for cheap. They want to charge me $5 for my savings account and $5 for my savings account, or savings and checking. I don't know if I think I just said that wrong, but yeah, OC. You would think if you're starting a company up, they would not want to screw you over when it comes to your banking. That's kind of ridiculous. First Bank. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Do you just use the coins left to get more? This stupid computer is always trying to tell me I got something going on. Want to hear a story? Yes. What's a dump bank? I don't know what a dump bank is. Isn't that just a bank where you dump your quarters or change or whatever it is? But then if you take them back to a bank, don't you have to roll them? Unless you go to like a Coinstar, but then they take a certain percentage. I don't know. I've never been through a whole box. Whenever I do something, it's usually rolls at a time. Like even with pennies, like I'll get $10 or $20, and that's about the max I'll get. And then when it comes to dollars, I'll usually get $100 or $200. I mean, quarters, I'll get $100 or $200. I have got dollars from the bank before. See if they had any, and check it out. Brand new. Franklin Pierce, Theodore Roosevelt, straight from the mint too. Benjamin Harrison. SGT, what's up? Appreciate you stopping in. Where you take all the coins you searched? Are you talking to me, Kim? I roll all my coins back up and just take it to the bank, but I don't get that many. I don't get like full boxes, so it's not usually a whole lot. And then, especially with quarters, I can give those to my mother, and she'll use them to play poker with. So, kind of works out for me sometimes. Banks will have a machine too. Yeah, I've never noticed that at my bank. But I've only ever dealt with Bank of America. You know, you'd think they would take care of me because I'm 40, I'll be 46 this year. And since I was 18, I started my account. And even before that, my grandmother started me an account. So I had an account kind of like co-signed with her until I turned 18 and then had it put in my name. So I've been with them since I was like probably 12. And they still treat me like shit. Nice, Graydon. That's pretty cool. I found a couple 40 percenters. I've never found a 90% silver with half dollars, but like I say, I can never really get rolls of them, so I don't really search them like that. Just like kind of finding them in the wild. I got a 40 percenter from my aunt one time because I was like talking to them about coins, and they were like, "Oh, we got a couple coins, you know." So I look at some of their older stuff, and she had a 40% silver. I was gonna make a video about that too because I actually got a couple things from her, and one of them was a 40 percenter, and that's always fun. They don't charge you at a Coinstar? That's pretty cool. You can have an account with a Coinstar? Or is that in your bank? Like Rhonda was talking about. Oh, Rhonda says banks can never charge anything but what the coin is. Okay. So it must be a Coinstar like in your bank. See, for me, Coinstars, I'm in Maryland. Coinstars are usually in grocery stores. That's kind of how it goes around here. W's. Like this. This phone, I can't get but so close. There you go. There's a W. That's a nice looking W, too. W. It's a W. V75. I sold a few of them. Wait, capital currency. What's your name? What do you mean? My name's Cat. Do you know me? Cherry pickers guide. Say what? What did she say? What? Say what?
I haven't even been through this yet. This is all sense. Look how thick this book is, too. That's all sense. Terry grading, that's awesome. Yeah, Kim, I think you did get that tall grass, if I remember correctly. Cap just got his. You talking about the book? Yeah, I just got that book. So what I used to use, well, never mind, because I don't see it. Oh, this is what I used to go off of. So I haven't been through the cherry picker's guide yet, but Strike It Rich is what I always kind of try to go over a little bit before I start searching. Refresh my memory. There's a lot of good websites out there too, but I never seem to really do that. $18.58 Flying Eagle set. Nice. Dang, Rhonda, that's a lot. But, man, I'm about to pee in my pantaloons. So we're probably going to end this here. How many people we got here? We still got 9 people. I appreciate you guys. It's always a pleasure having you guys hang out with me. Oh, here you go. That's another tall grass. I thought I had more of these sitting somewhere. I was just talking about that earlier. The War in the Pacific. These are the ones that are worth a pretty good amount of money. If you can find, these are worth hundreds if you can find them in good shape. And this one too. Which these are in good shape. I haven't looked at them up close yet. Let's look together. Let's see what we got here. Dude, that's in pretty good shape. There's a couple scratches right in front of her face, but that's about it. A little bit on the fields in front of his mouth. But we just got this 2026 Red Book. Of course, it is a Red Book, but it's a good place to start. American Memorial Park W. $405 in the MS-67. We are way too close here. American Memorial Park W. Third one down. Even at MS-65, it's $110. So if you find that in MS-67, $405, that's a nice little upgrade there. I'm not sure what the one is I just showed you up close, but I'm not saying it's a 67 or anything, but it's in pretty nice shape, I think. Have to look at that a little closer, see what I can figure out. And then this one is the same. The War in the Pacific is about the same for prices. And then this one, the tall grass, not quite as much. But yeah, you know, I got this Red Book, and I was opening it up, and this fell out. And I was like, what the hell? I was not expecting that. And it's just a regular, it's nothing crazy. 2022P. That fell out. And then another one fell out. So they sent me 2 of these with my new red book for some reason, which I thought was kind of strange. But hey, free stuff is free stuff, right? All right, Graydon. Yeah, I was getting kind of close to having one of each, but I stopped trying, and then I sold a few, and now I'm just not even worried about it. At some point, I'll probably get them again, though. But anyway, we're gonna get off. We're gonna get off here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We still got 9 people here. If you didn't double tap the screen, please feel free to do that for me real quick. I would love to get to 30. That would mean a lot to me. I don't like begging for that sort of thing, but I gotta ask, if you don't mind. Other than that, Thursday, 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, unless I got to work next Thursday, I will be pouring live, and I might even do something before then. We'll see. If Tuesday is free, I might pour Tuesday as well. We'll come on live and do some pours, hang out, and try to get a few things done for this next auction, and then we'll see what happens with that auction. And other than that, man, I'd say if you want to get a capital currency pour, definitely show up for that auction, because I don't know how long it's going to be till I get a chance to do another one. So I'm going to try to get as much done as I can in the next few weeks, and then have one more auction. After that, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. There's really no promises whatsoever. So it might be every 3 months, might be every 6 months, might be once a year. I don't know. But we're going to see what happens. I'm not going to stop pouring by any means, but having time to be able to do it and getting stuff out for you guys, it's definitely going to be slowing down a little bit. So, but yeah, I'm going to try to at least have one more where I can get out as much as I can. And then you can see there's a few things here. Not the turtles. This turtle is up for sale. These 4 channel rounds, 1/2 ounce toned. And then I got this piece here, almost 2.5 ounces. United States of America, 1776 pour I did. Other than that, yeah, man, you just have to stop by and see what happens. If you stop in on a Tuesday or Thursday, let me know what you want to see poured, and I'll see if I have it and try to make something happen. If you've seen a pour of mine out in the community that you like and you want me to pour one, let me know now, Tuesday or Thursday, because I'm going to try to get as many things done as what I think people want before I have to kind of put this on the back burner a little bit. So just let me know, whatever it is, and I'll try to figure it out one way or another. And if it's something original, man, if you want something kind of original, let me know. I'll try to see what I can do. There's some people out there that are 3D printing. I don't really do a whole lot when it comes to 3D printing, because my printer is not great, and it kind of sucks anyway. I can't even make it work right now, so I'm trying to figure that out on top of everything else. But I do know some people, and we could probably figure something out. But other than that, I'll probably hop on, do some searching. We might search some pennies. Keep an eye out for my videos, guys. I really need your help. Look, for the 8 of you that are here right now, I need your help. If you see a video posted from Capital Currency, please go to said video, hit the like button, and leave a comment. I don't care what the comment is. Tell me to punch myself in the face. I really don't care. But the interaction is where, that's what counts. That's what I need. I don't care if you like it, if you hate it. Tell me I'm a piece of crap. I don't care what you say. But say something, because the interaction I'm having on my videos are terrible, and they're not pushing me right now. I'm shadow banned because I was talking about how the food industry has to do with I can't even say that. Never mind.
I'm shadow banned right now because I said things I shouldn't have said. So, if you guys don't mind, stop by sometime and, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know you're there, and, I'll try to do the same for you. But, yeah, man, being shadow banned is a real thing. And I definitely said some things I shouldn't have. And they do not want me talking about that stuff anymore. And YouTube, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I just didn't talk about it. So can you kind of push my stuff back out there or what? No, they don't care. There's always a lot working against you when it comes to YouTube, man. This is a hard platform to do what you're really trying to do. It really is, man. I'm not gonna lie about it. It is what it is, but I don't know. Maybe one day we'll make it all happen. Make it all line up right. Make everything coincide. Make everything work together. I don't know. I don't know the right words, but you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all. It means a lot to me that you're here. Thank you, B. Taylor. You've been here pretty much all night. I appreciate that. Rhonda, amazing as always. Kim, thank you for being here. Anybody else that I haven't seen mention anything in a while, I appreciate you guys. Rakamas, peace. Always appreciate you being here. But yeah, I guess that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and end this and then go see what's going on in the house and talk to you guys later. I'll be on at some point within the next few days, whether it be a video or a live stream or a short. Keep an eye out for my shorts, man. I post a lot. I post a short every day, but it's hard to get people to stop by and notice those shorts. So if you think about it, hit the bell for me and make some magic happen. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Like I always say, I appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully, I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.